Tes. Oke, gue udah pakai Windows 8 ya, dan apa nih? Gila, Google gue tiba-tiba nongol di HP. Biasa dah. Sumpah nih ya, gue kaget jujur aja. Iya buset, Google ngomong sendiri HP gue anjir. Nih ya, gue pakai Windows 8 ya. CPU cuma makan 5% loh. Demi apapun. Hah, kok bisa ya? Halo. Kok bisa ya? Ini mouse gue kelihatan gak sih? Mouse gue kelihatan gak ya? Ntar ya, gue mau ngecek dulu ya. Aduh, salah. Oh, ada ya. Aman. Ada ya. Ini gue kagetnya. Ini Windows 8 cuma 5% loh. Ini apa-apaan coba? Tadi di Windows sampai 25%. Ini yang salah Windowsnya, OBS-nya atau apa nih? Sumpah, gue bingung demi apapun, mohon maaf. Ya udah kalau gitu lebih bagus Windows 8. Windows 2 emang kurang ajar tuh. Ya udahlah, gak peduli lagi gue. Lanjut aja, start listen, lanjutin ya. Kita belajar dulu cuy. Ini yang cek yang tadi ya. Oke, kita skip aja. Oke, jadi bentar. Ini terlalu besar gak sih? Terlalu kecil gak sih? Kayaknya terlalu kecil ya suara musiknya ya. Segini kegedean cuy. Kegedean gak sih? Atau cukup? Kegedean dah. Enggak deh, udah biarin aja. Tapi ntar kalau misalkan si ininya ngomong nih, takutnya kagak kedenger anjir. Udah nggak apa-apa lah. Bentar, gue mau ini dulu ya. Gue mau pop up chat dulu, lupa gue. Sip, sekarang itu black queen has white king in the check. Black queen, queen yang ini. Ini berarti escape ya, tinggal ini. Ini si king gua keskak tadi. Black queen once again has white king. Okay, can you find the best way to respond to the check? King gua ini ya mau bakal dimakan sama ini ya. Tinggal ke sini. Wait. Ini tuh geraknya ke sini kan? Oh ya, tinggal gua makan ya. Gak usah digerakin. Nah, soalnya ada lagu-lagu kayak gini nih. Lagu-lagu yang tiba-tiba besar gitu volumenya, gue benci nih. Terus gua atur lagi ya kan. Udah lah, gak apa-apa lah. Oke, sekarang itu jadi white king is in trouble. It is check and all of its escape square are covered by the black queen or blocked by its own place. Piece. Can you find a move that block black's check? Bentar. White king is in trouble. Ini kan, ini king gua bisa dimakan sama ini. Oh iya. Bisa ke sini ya? Saya lupa. Mohon maaf ya, saya lagi belajar. White's king is in check. Mana king gua ini? Dicek sama si ini. Can you find the best move for white? Nih, lah, kok kabur? This move does escape check, but there is much stronger move. Ada stronger move cuy. Oh ini kita makan. Makan berarti oke. Wah gila banyak banget loh. Apa namanya? Prediksi yang harus kita pikirkan gitu sebenarnya. Black queen is checking the white king. Can you find a way to block the check and deliver a check with a single move? Queen ini ya. Checking white. Hah? Ini. Check ini. Can you find a way to block the check? Gimana ya? Ini bisanya ke sini. Hah? Gimana dah? Kok bisa? The knight blocks. Oh, dia itu mau makan ini ya, si king ya. Astaga, gak kepikiran loh sama gue yang begini. Aduh, 4 dari 12 resen dong. Males buat gue.
And it cannot escape check by moving, blocking, or capturing. Then the king is said to be in checkmate. That means you win. Or maybe your opponent won. Again, checkmate is the entire goal of chess. It doesn't matter who has captured the most pieces, or how long it has taken, or anything else. If the king is in checkmate, it's game over. Once the king is in checkmate, you don't have to take the king off the board. It's time to shake hands and say, good game.
GG.
Now it's your turn to checkmate.
Oke, let's go. Kita cuma butuh skak mat doang kan? Skak. Oke, oh berarti di luar itu cek ya. Ngomong itu cek, kalau di Indonesia skak. Entah itu bahasa dari mana kita ngomongnya skak ya. Black King is surround. Nih ya, lagi dikepung. Tapi sama di temannya sendiri. It looks safe, but white can win the game in a single move. Hah? Oh, bisa cek kali, bukan win. Si ini kesiniin, jadi kan ini ntar bisa makan, soalnya kan ini bisa loncat. Easy cuy. Black King is trapped. Nih, terjebak di sisi, di sudut, dan gak bisa bergerak. Kamu bisa cari skak. Bisakah kamu mencari skak untuk memenangkan permainan? Bentar. Ini king gue kenapa nggak bisa ke atas sama ke bawah, ke atas sama ke atas kiri ya? Kenapa ya? Harusnya bisa kan? Kesini sama kesini. Iya nggak sih? Kan dia itu bisa 1, 2, 3, satu kotak gitu kan? Oh, nggak bisa. Soalnya kalau gue kesini ya gue dimakan lah. Bego kali aku. Anjir di putih. Mau skak paling sini. Oh ya bener dong. Rok putih di F7. F7 ini terjebak sama king. Bisa. Lah makan gue. Bentar. Black wins a rock. Try to find another check. Oke. Gardenya gerak ya, kita cek. Dia paling geraknya kalau kesini kemakan sama gua, kesini kemakan sama gua. Ih, pinter banget. Pinter. Anjir, gila sih. White can deliver checkmate in one move. Bisa skak nih gua. Mana ya? Ini. Iya dong, bisa dong. Ini skak cuy. Ini skak loh. This check the black king, but black bishop can simply capture the knight. Oh iya. Oh iya. Hang on. Gini. Aduh.
Chess can often be a long game with more than 100 moves played, but it can also be incredibly short if you want it to be. Many people want to know, what are the fastest checkmates?
Anjir.
We are going
What? Skak tercepat. Maksudnya apa cuy? Ini dia ngajarin gua trik.
to show you, but keep in mind, none of these checkmates can be forced. These are only checkmates that you literally have to try to do on purpose, because they can be otherwise defended very easily. Let's see the shortest possible checkmate on the board. White plays f3, not a great opening move, already exposing the king on the e1 to h4 diagonal. Black opens with e5. Notice the black queen is already looking at the weakened h4 square, ready to pay the white king a visit. White plays g4, further weakening the e1 to h4 diagonal, and the black queen pounces on the h4 square,
God damn it.
delivering the fastest checkmate in chess. Notice that the white king cannot move,
Udah dong menang dong.
block the check, and you can't capture the checking piece. So after 2 moves, the game is already over. In fact, it's time to start a new game. Let's see that idea again.
Iya.
This time it will be white delivering the checkmate. After e4, black plays f6, d4, g5. Can you spot the checkmate? That's
Sini.
right, queen h5. The fastest checkmate for white is in 3 moves, and the fastest checkmate for black is in just 2 moves. Let's hope you never find yourself on the wrong side of this checkmate. Now it's your turn to practice the fastest checkmates.
Iya, bentar dulu. Musuh kan tidak sebodoh itu ya. Mohon maaf ya. Gak setiap kali dia bakal ngebuka jalan gini buat king ya kan? Enggak kan, gak mungkin kan? What the fuck, ini cuma ngasih tahu doang sih. Kak. Ini tuh kayaknya di sini. Skak. Buka jalannya. Bentar. Di sini ya. Can you find white's worst move that allows a checkmate on the next turn? Worst move ya. Gue kan disuruh worst move kan. Ini iya dong. Gak bisa dia. Gue blok. This move does not open up white kings to checkmate in the next move. Iya. Lah. Sebenarnya oh iya sih. Iya, gak kepikiran gua. Udah. Pusing. Gak usah dipikirin. Can you find black worst possible move to allow checkmate on the next turn? Gue berarti pakai black ya. Worst turn. Dia posisinya begini.
There is another kind of mate on the board called stalemate. Stalemate is what happens when your king is not in
Stalemate.
check, but you also have no other legal move on the board. And when this happens, it's a draw, and nobody wins. You might be absolutely winning your game and about to checkmate the opponent's king, but if you fall into stalemate, it's a draw. This is best explained with some examples. In this position with white to move, the game would be a stalemate, because white's only piece, the king, does not have any legal squares to move to, and white is not in check. In In this position, let's say white plays queen to c2. The queen gets one square closer to the king, but notice black's king is not in check and black does not have a legal move in this position. The position is a stalemate. Remember, in chess, you're never forced to make an illegal move, so black cannot put the king onto a square where it would be captured. In this position,
Oh,
find a
gitu.
better move for white. White can actually win the game in just one move after queen b2 checkmate. Remember, your opponent can never be in stalemate if they are in check.
Ini stalemate juga nih.
In this position, black looks doomed. The king is trapped in the corner. White is ready to deliver checkmate on the next move, and black is down lots of material. However, chess is a game of many opportunities, and even when things look really bad, you might have the chance to save the game, or at least draw. Notice that since black's king does not have any legal moves, if black's queen disappeared from the board, it would be a stalemate if it were black to move. In this position, can you find a way to make black's queen disappear and create a stalemate?
Aduh anjir.
If you found queen takes h2 check, great job. White must deal with the check, and the only way to get out of the check is to capture the black queen.
Bisa.
Now the
Sekarang
only
style.
remaining piece is the black king, and since black's king does not have any legal squares, and black is not in check, the game is a stalemate. What a save by black. Let's take a look at this position. If white played the move queen to c7, it's not a very wise move, because white, first of all, could have won the game immediately with queen to d7 checkmate, but also queen to c7 traps black's king. But does that mean it's a stalemate? Not in this position, because notice black has another piece. Black can play the move h3, allowing white to correct the mistake from the last move and deliver checkmate with queen to b7. Notice if we added another pawn, just this pawn on h3, the position would now be a
Ini
stalemate.
trap nih,
with
nggak bisa
black.
kemana-mana nih.
Now that you've learned about stalemate, remember to stay alert and avoid it when you're winning. And when you're losing, keep your eyes open for the opportunity to save the game with stalemate.
Anjir. Bingung kali ya. Bingung gua, Bang. Oke, berarti apa namanya? Raja biru terperangkap. Nih. Ya, terperangkap mau kemana-mana pun nggak bisa. Black is ready to deliver checkmate on the next move. Can you find a way? White can force stalemate and save the game. Jujur gue belum terlalu apa ya? Belum terlalu ngerti sih stalemate ini gimana. Kalau gue jelasin pakai kata-kata juga kayaknya ya gue belum paham cuy. Takutnya gue salah dan juga jadi ribet juga. Jadi kan si King ini kan dia ini mau maju ke sini mati sama Rook. Maju ke sini mati sama Rook, sama ini juga bisa mati. Di sini juga mati sama si ini. Ini namanya stalemate. Iya. Tapi biar gak stalemate, ya yang pikiran gue aja ini ya. Takutnya salah juga gue. Tapi kayaknya salah sih. Yang dikira gue itu jadi si oh gini sih pikirannya ya. Tadi kan gue ada Rook di sini kan, gue ada Rook di sini, dan seharusnya kalau misalkan gue pindahin ke sini, tadinya kan ini di sini ya, tadi tuh ini di sini si King musuh ada di sini ya, ada di putih ini, ada di C8, Rook gue ada di sini posisinya, dan iya memang si hitam ini bisa makan gue. Si King hitam ini bisa makan gua, tapi ini kan ini sebenarnya bad move dong. Bagi musuh ini bad move dong. Ini orang bego. Iya gak sih? Kalau misalkan orang asli ya lawannya ya. Ini tuh pergerakan bego cuy. Ini bad move cuy. Worst move ini. Gimana coba? Nggak kepikiran apa bakal ada stalemate? Worst move jadi ya mungkin bisa lah lu majuin pawn ini lah, maju dikit-dikit ke depan biar sampai ini, biar berevolusi, bisa digivolution aja. Kalau di Digimon kan gitu ya, digivolution kan. Jadi ya di sirupnya masih ada satu. Sebenarnya bego musuhnya sih yang bego sih. Dia padahal bisa menang sih, hitam ini bisa menang sebenarnya. Udah pusing gue mikirin. Whites look doomed, but can you find a way to save the game with stalemate? Bisa. Bisa nggak ya? Bisa. Ntar gue dimakan sama ini. Kalau musuhnya bego ya, gue dimakan. Ya udah. Jadinya stalemate. Black King is trapped. Nih ya. Trap. Perangkap. Dan si pawn ini ngeskakmat king gua. Can you find the only white move that avoids stalemate? Stalemate maksud gua. Mundurin sih. Gua makan lah. Ini itu ya. Apa ngebatalin stalemate ya, bukan mau stalemate ya. Ngebatalin stalemate biar misalkan dia nggak itu ya gua kesini cuy. Sini lah. Wah, gue bisa makan ini, tapi gue mundur cuy. Iya sih. Kalau mundur gini kan nggak bakal jadi stalemate. Ini kan dia masih bebas gerak kemana-mana. Kayaknya ya. Atau udah. White is down. 4 pound. 4 pound. White is down 4 pound. Okay. And the position looks hopeless. Can you find a stalemate trick to save for white? Stalemate trick. Bentar. Bentar cuy. Kok pusing ya? Stalemate. Tapi ini gue masih ada 3. Biar dia makan. Lah, udah. Itu doang. Astaga. Panas. Gue bingung di apapun. Black has set up a stalemate trap by offering a queen sacrifice. Bentar. Black has set up a stalemate, Okay. They're offering queen sacrifice. Bisa. To avoid stalemate. Gua makan dong. Enggak. Iya nggak sih? Masa gua makan sih? Kalau misalkan gua makan, salah. Ntar kok queen. Queen cuma bisa sampai sini sih, bingung gue. Terus kan bisa sampai sini juga ya. This move prevents stalemate, but no white is checkmate. Try again. Bentar anjing. Bentar. Mau makan aja. Salah juga. Ketik sini. Hah? Gue nggak paham. Jujur aja nih, mohon maaf, gue nggak paham. Kalau misalkan gue makannya, kalau misalkan gue pindah sana, gue udah makan sama Ratu. Ratu kesini, skak. Karena Ratu hitam ada di sini, next move-nya dia bisa makan King gue. Otomatis gue harus minahin King, atau enggak at least gue makan dia. Gue makan Ratu hitam aja kagak bisa cuy. Ini kan geraknya diagonal ya. Ini diagonal kan? Iya, ini diagonal. Sini atau nggak sini. Nggak bisa gue makan ini. Pound juga. Dia nggak bisa, dia cuma bisa makan ini doang, yang di sini doang. Nggak ada pilihan lain, dia cuma bisa makan yang sini doang. Ya udah, trip. Tapi King bisa makan sini ya? Oh iya ya, lupa, bego bet gua. Iya, King itu kan kotak ya geraknya ya. Aduh, gua harus banyak belajar deh. 7.
Stalemate is just one of the possible ways to end the game in a tie. Another way is to simply agree to a draw. This might happen if neither player can see a way to victory. One person offers the draw, and the other can accept or decline. Another way to get a draw is if the exact same position is repeated 3 times. After 3 repetitions, either player can claim a draw when it is their turn to move. Or, if you're playing online, the draw will automatically be called after 5 repetitions.
Oh gitu.
Another way to draw is if neither player has enough pieces to checkmate, like lone king versus lone king. You'll learn more about this later. Finally, you can also draw if 50 pairs of moves have been played on the board without any captures or pawn moves. This keeps you from dying of boredom as you and your opponent move your rooks back and forth forever. Now it's your turn to practice drawn positions.
Aduh anjir, ribet. We have entered a completely drawn in game. Can you find a move that immediately force a draw for white? A draw. Iya sini, gua dimakan udah draw. White is down a pawn and white's king is on the other side of the board. Completely out of the action. Ya, dia nggak bisa ngapain. It looks like white is loose, but can you find a way to block the position so no pawn move can be made? Wait. Bentar. Can you find a way to block the position? Block posisi apa nih? So no pawn move can be made by either side. Wah, bingung gua. White is in serious trouble. Can you find a way to save the game by forcing a draw? Dewa Kipak. Kagak. Iya sih, gue juga. Gara-gara baca berita Dewa Kipas nih, gue jadi pingin main anjir. Jadi penasaran ya chess. Dulu nih ya, zaman gue masih SD lah, gue sering banget sebenarnya main catur. Gue sering lawan bapak-bapak yang jaga di pos depan rumah gue. Gue suka lawan sama bapak-bapak itu, teman bapak gue tuh, main catur bareng di pos atas yang naik ke apa namanya, ke benteng. Soalnya kan ini kan rumah gue kan penjara kan, lapas kan, jadi ada benteng buat buat ya buat jaganya lah. Di situ ada posnya juga, dan posnya itu setinggi bentengnya itu loh. Jadi gue naik ke atas dan gue main di atas itu sama paposnya. Dan gue juga sering menang tuh itu lawan papos dulu ya. Gila, dulu sih gue bisa loh, gue jago main catur, tapi sekarang kok gue jadi belet ya, sumpah. Tau dah, ntar kita ini dulu dah. Can you find a way to save a game by forcing a draw? Forcing a draw kayaknya hope-nya cuma di sini doang sih. Makan ini paling. This move does not check the king. Oh, gue harus ngecek king. Gue gak ngerti deh. Oh, lagi ya. Can you find the check that force king to repeat move? Sini. repeat lagi. Udah draw. White is down a rook for pawn, but the pawn is one move away from promoting. Can you find a trick that force a draw for white? Majuin sini. Di sini gue berubah dong. Ini bukan draw kali. Ini mah soulmate. Kok soulmate sih? Stalemate. Ya nggak sih? Oh, gue makan dulu. Iya, draw. Ya, black. White rook is under attack. Nih, dalam serangan. Black is ready to promote the pawn into a queen. Oh iya, gue makan lah. Astaga. Banyak banget ya.
One of the most unusual rules of chess is called castling. This move was invented to speed up the game and do two things at once.
Castling.
When you castle, your king moves toward the safety of the corner, and your rook comes toward the action in the middle. You literally are moving two pieces at once, but it counts as just one move. You can castle in either direction, left or right. In either case, your king moves over only two squares, and then the rook from that side is moved directly to the other side of the king. Like this. And here's another example of castling. Let's say you're playing a game right here on chess.com. Here are two ways you can make the castling move. The first option is to drag the king to the square where it will castle, and then the rook will automatically move, like this. Another option is to click the square the king is currently on, in this case E8, and then the square where you will move the king, G8. So we click E8, followed by G8, and now we're castled. Castling is a great move with many benefits if it is used at the right time. However, there are a few conditions that may prevent you from castling. First off, you cannot castle when you are in check. You must first deal with the check before trying to castle. Secondly, you cannot castle if your king would castle through a check, or after castling, your king would land into a check. Next, you cannot castle if there are any pieces in between your king and your rook. It must be completely empty. In this position, both white and black have to move one piece before they're able to castle. After knight f3 and bishop c5, for example, both sides are now able to castle kingside. Finally, you cannot castle if your king has made any other move before, or if the rook you are castling with has already moved. It must be the first move for both pieces. In this position, the only legal castling move is for black. Since white's king has already moved, white cannot castle. Notice black can only castle with the rook on h8 because the other rook has already moved.
Oh gitu.
What is the notation for castling? It depends on if you castle kingside or queenside. In this position, let's say white castles kingside. The way you would write it is 0-0. If black now castles queenside, we would add one more 0, so it would be 0-0-0. One way that can help you remember this is notice on the king side there are 2 squares between the white king and the rook.
Ya,
Notice 0-0 has 2 zeros. So
ya.
king side castling, 2 squares, 2 zeros.
Yang hitam 3
Notice
tuh.
on the queen side there's 3 squares between the king and the rook. Queen side castling has 3 zeros. 0-0-0.
Oh itu pusing sih.
Now that you've learned this powerful move, it's time to practice castling.
Ih, jujur banget gue nggak pernah denger kata-kata castling loh. Sumpah loh, gue kayak nggak tahu gitu. Ada tuh di catur castling namanya, atau mungkin bahasa Indonesia bukan castling kali ya. Di luar aja kalau misalkan skak itu panggilnya cek, di Indonesia skak. Gue taunya skak aja. Ya lagian mana mungkin juga ya orang Inggris ya ngomong skak gitu anjir. Oke. White is ready to castle king side. Castle white's king. Apaan nih? Salah. Bentar dong, gue mau ulang dong. Nggak bisa ya? Review challenge. Oh, udahlah, apa-apa. Black king is already safely castle in the king side. Oh iya, udah. Prepare to cast queen side. Ya, queen side. Can you find the move? Bisa. White want to putih mau castle, tapi black bishop di B4, mana B4 ini B4 mau ngecek si king, ya kah? Hah? Oh iya, king yang ini ya, bukan ini ya. Ya gitu. Karena king tidak bisa nge-castle ya. Karena kan dia lagi di skak kan. Kau bisa cari jalan terbaik gak buat ngeblok, buat ngeblok si skak itu. Jadi putih bisa nge-castle. Makan. Nggak bisa ya. Maju balik. Oh iya. Oke, next. Putih mau nge-castle si rajanya, tapi gak mungkin soalnya si king nggak bisa nge-castle gara-gara si bishop mau skak dari A6 nih, dari A6. Kamu bisa cari cara lain gak untuk putih ngelakuin castle? Ini harusnya bisa. Astaga. Enggak deh. Bentar. Walah. Ih, gue kira apaan. Castle-nya masih bisa 2 soalnya. Iya. Rook yang ini udah gerak nih, ya. Jadi dia cuma bisa nge-castle sama yang ini doang. Si king ini bisa castle yang ini. Soalnya kan ini udah gerak, ini belum gerak. Putih nggak bisa castle sekarang karena the king bakal gampang di skak sama bishop. Gara ini ya, ini yang ini nih, C1 nih. Can you block kamu bisa nggak kamu ngeblok si bishop dan persiapan untuk castle di next turn? It's simple dude. Hah, iya juga. Dia si bishopnya malah mundur deh. Terus gue tinggal casting nggak? Berarti sekarang ini 10 ya.
The last weird rule in chess is called en passant, which is French for in passing. This rule was introduced
In
at the
passing.
same time pawns were allowed to move 2 squares on their first move. When that happened, sometimes pawns would move past other pawns without giving the other pawn an opportunity to capture, which didn't seem fair. So en passant was invented. Pay attention, it's tricky. If your opponent's pawn moves forward 2 squares, which it can only do if it is that pawn's first move, and it lands directly next to one of your pawns, then on your next turn, and that turn only, you have the opportunity to capture that pawn as if it had only moved 1 square, like this.
Hah?
Let's take a look at that again. If a pawn is moved forward 2 squares and lands next to another pawn, that pawn can capture the first pawn on its very next move. You move behind the pawn as if it had moved only 1 square and capture it, placing it off the board. You might get some weird looks if you do this move in a game with someone who doesn't know, but it's an important rule of chess. Now that you've learned en passant,
Tinggal pindahin ini ke sini. Gue baru tahu loh. Di posisi ini Black bakal minain pawn ke E6. Ya, yang ini. Capture this pawn. Iya, udah. Terus capture Black Queen. Oh, gue tinggal passing sini. And pass and roll. Wah, anjir. Banyak banget gerakan-gerakannya loh. Putih punya 2 pawn. Ya, punya 2 pawn. Di dua kotak. Main aman untuk menghindari en passant. Iya. Seralu dah. Aneh banget nih ya katanya ya. The pawn is march forward. Dia maju ke depan ya. Dan bisa dipromot jadi queen. Tapi kan bro, ini tutorialnya. Kok aslinya kan dia pasti belakangnya bakal banyak masih ada pawn lah di belakang sini kan. Masih banyak king, rook, apa-apalah di sini kan. Gak semudah itu dong. Wah, aneh nih tutorial sumpah. Ya udahlah. Capture the black rook with pawn D4 di D4 yang ini. Udah. Sekarang tinggal en passant. Kenapa nih? Tujuannya bukan en passant. But it turns out there is much stronger en passant option. Ini. Iya. Ya udahlah, next aja dah. B4 pawn, B4. Nih, udah. Good work. Anjing skak. Dan pasan low checkmate. Ya udah, gue lanjutin sini biar promote. Oh enggak. D5 pawn. Capture ya nih. Walah. Ya juga ya. 11.
Now that you've learned how to move, to capture, to check, and checkmate, as well as do the special moves in chess like castling and en passant, it's time for you to feel what it's like in a real game. In a real game, nobody is there to tell you what to move. You have to think and decide, what is the right move? Should I move a piece? Or can I capture something? Should I castle? Or try to promote one of my pawns? This is where the thinking part of chess comes in, and you have to try and decide what your best move is. The only way to do this is by looking at the board and considering both your options and your opponent's possible plans, and then trying to decide which move improves your position the most. Sometimes the right move will jump right out at you. Rook h8, checkmate. At other times, you'll have absolutely no idea what the best move is. Let's see if you can find a good move in each of the following positions. Black is currently up 3 pawns, so Black decides to offer a trade of queens, thinking it will be easier to win the game without having to deal with White's queen. Black didn't consider what the queen was doing on the 8th rank. Can you find White's best move? The Black queen gave up protection of the back rank and forgot to ask what checks White has in the position. White only has 1 check, but it's checkmate. If you found Queen e8 checkmate, great job. This checkmate is known as a back rank checkmate. In this position, after Rook a1 check, it looks like Black is about to deliver a back rank checkmate. What is White to do? Well, if White decides to block with Rook e1, notice that doesn't help because after Rook takes e1, it's checkmate. Let's look a little closer. Can you find another White piece that can help us deal with the check? If you found the move Bishop takes a1, great job.
Nggak kepikiran.
Bishop moves all the way from the other side of the board to come to the rescue, capturing the checking piece. Remember, if you can capture a checking piece, this can often be the best way to get out of check. In this position, what do you think is White's best move? If you're thinking Rook a8 delivering a back
Bentar dong,
checkmate,
kasih gue waktu buat mikir anjir.
it's not just your moves you have to consider. We also have to figure out what is our opponent doing. In this position, White's best move is also White's only move, because notice, White isn't checked. And in this position, White must deal with the check first and play King h1.
Oh iya.
Now Black has to be careful and deal with White's threat on the next turn. In this position, can you find White's best move?
Bentar.
Notice that we
Udah
get
ketahuan dari
pawn with Rook takes e4.
subtitlenya anjir.
Black is able to do the same thing with Knight takes a7. Remember, when you find a good move, always look for a better move. Don't forget about your pawn on a7. It's 1 move away from reaching the 8th rank. Do you remember what happens when a pawn reaches the other side of the board? That's right, the pawn gets a promotion. Notice the newly promoted queen puts the Black king into check
Iya dong,
and
check
threatens
dia.
the knight all at the same time. After king f7, queen takes c6 wins the knight. It takes time and practice to find the best move. Now it's your turn to continue practicing finding the best move.
Best attack. Oh ya, gue makan aja ya bego. RB2. R itu Rook B2. Sini. Bisa dimakan ya. Bawahin aja paling. Sekak balik. Oh iya. Wah iya juga ya. Sorry, gue cuma butuh waktu buat mikir, udah itu aja. Gue nggak bisa langsung mengeluarkan decision anjir. The game just start, but White already have a strong move. Can you find it? Strong move. Bisa. Kingnya itu di Bentar. Putih ya, berarti tutup sama ini ya. Much stronger move. Nya di sini. Otomatis gue harus cari yang selain sama ini. Nah, ini kan king ini nih, king queen ini. Lah bego dong lo gini. Tar. Anjing. Gue ngeblok si pound. Oh ini kebuka ya, gue nggak notice anjir. Bentar nih ya. Bentar nih, mohon maaf nih. Gue mau nyobain queen gue pindahin ke sini. Mungkin yang di otak musuh ya, saat gue pindahin ke sini, pawn ini bakal maju ke depan. Pawn yang ini maju ke depan, dan ntar queen gue yang ada bakal mati. Kita lihat ya. Salah. Tidak sebodoh itu kawan. Wah anjing. Ini. Unprotected black position. Solution dah. Hah? Unprotected pawn. Wah aneh. Gue cuma disuruh ngebunuh pawn dong coba. Parah bet. Gue kira gue harus ngeskak. Ngapain gue pikir panjang dari tadi, setan. Sumpah. Bingung gue. White has a large material advantage, but black has just check white's king. Can you find white? Bet respond to this check. Nih king gue ya. Oh iya sih. Iya sih, benar sih. Oh ini. Gue males baca, tapi kalau misalnya ini gue majuin, yang ada gue dimakan sama sama kingnya. Ini dia. Oh lagi. Ini dia. Dah terakhir playing game.
You know the rules and how to play, but now it's time to see the ideas you have learned into action in an actual game. In this game, we'll see how two pieces working together can be a powerful force, and that a king surrounded by pieces isn't always safe. Let's take a look. White begins the game with e4, controlling the center and opening up lines for queen and light squared bishop. Black plays c6, a move we haven't seen yet. The idea is to prepare the move d5 on the next turn and attack the strong pawn on e4. White plays d4, controlling more space in the center and also opening up the dark squared bishop. Black strikes back in the center with d5, threatening to capture the pawn on e4 on the very next move. When the opponent threatens to take one of our pieces, it's natural to feel worried. Remember, it's okay to make even trades, such as a pawn for a pawn. What you don't want is to give away your pieces for nothing. In this situation, white could push the pawn forward with e5, white could capture the pawn on d5, or, as in the game, protect the pawn and develop a piece with knight to c3. After d takes e4, knight takes e4, white's knight recaptures the pawn and moves directly into the center.
Checkmate nih.
Black now plays knight to d7, developing a knight and also preparing the next move, knight g
Checkmate ini.
with the idea that if the knight gets captured, black is ready to recapture the knight, like that. The drawback to this move is the light squared bishop is blocked, and also notice black's king has no moves.
Yeah.
We'll take a look and see if that becomes a problem. White plays bishop to c4, activating the bishop to a powerful diagonal, and as you know, pointing at the weakest point in black's camp, f7. Black plays knight g to f6, attacking white's knight, and white plays knight to g5, avoiding the knight's attack and joining the light squared bishop in attacking the f7 square. In this position, black should play e6, blocking the light squared bishop's path to the f7 square, but black does not have a sense of danger in the position and plays h6, attacking the knight and assuming that it's going to move backwards. Can you find the move that immediately wins the game for white? That's right, bishop takes f7. White delivers checkmate, threatening to capture the king on the next turn, and notice black's king is surrounded, or should we say smothered, by its own pieces. It cannot escape the attack.
Iya, menang
We've
dah.
learned a lot so far. Can you put your ideas into action? Let's prove it in the challenges.
Apa nih? Let's open the game by moving the pawn in front of white king to move ahead into a center. Good job. Opening up line for bishop and queen. Ini berarti ya dia mau ini, tapi kan dia bisa ini, gue bisa end passing. Can you move? Can you find a move that develop a knight? Ini sebenarnya kan gue bisa end passing ya. Passing gue tapi bahaya sih. F7. Bishop yang ini kali ya. E4 under attack by knight F ini ya. Salah unyu kepencet. Can you move the knight into a safety? Enjoying bishop. C4. Wait. E4. Join the bishop on c4. Oh ini gitu. A6. Oh ya. Wah, bingung gua. Solution. Nah, udah. Apa lagi
Control the
ini?
center, and you can control
Gua kira
the game.
udah.
We may have heard that it's important to control the center and develop our pieces as close to the center as possible, but what exactly does this mean?
Control
The
center.
center squares are e4, d4, d5, and e5. A popular as well as strong opening move for white is to play e4. White
Oh,
moves a pawn directly in the center, controlling the d5 and f5 squares in black's territory. And it also opens up lines for white's light-squared bishop and queen to quickly enter the game. A good response for black is to play the same move, e5. By controlling the center, both sides prevent enemy pawns from entering their territory. If white tries to force two pawns in the center with d4, threatening black's pawn on e5,
makan dong.
it's important for black to break up white's pawn center with
Ini kan
pk
bisa end
d4.
passing ya.
When white's dreams of taking over the center with pawns have been shattered, so black should not have any serious problems in the opening. Is the center really that important to control? What happens if black wants to move pawns on the edge of the board, such as a6? Pawn moves are important when they can control key squares, especially in the center, and when they open up lines for pieces to enter the game. This move does not control an important central square, and it only allows the rook to move to a7, not exactly improving black's position. Since black does not want to control the important center, don't be shy. Let's take the center for ourselves with d4. White's pawn duo control key squares in black's camp, c5, d5, e5, and f5, making it difficult for black to activate pieces on these squares. If black continues to make meaningless pawn moves such as h6, black has no central control, and besides the pawns, only 4 pieces can move. The knights, which were already able to move at the start of the game, and each rook only has 1 square. Not a good start to the game for black. White's pieces, on the other hand, enjoy great freedom. White's queen and 2 bishops enjoy open lines, and white's knights are ready to jump into the game with a move like knight f3. What happens if black wakes up from a deep sleep and decides to start developing pieces toward the center with knight to c6? Pieces need pawns in the center so they are not constantly attacked. Since black does not have a pawn on d5, white can simply march forward with d5, grabbing space and attacking black's knight, forcing it to waste time by moving again. Black should admit the mistake and retreat the knight, but instead decides to move the knight to the edge of the board with knight a5. Most pieces do not like being on the edge of the board, and the knight is especially weak as it only controls 4 squares. Compare this to white's knight on f3. It controls 8 total squares, twice as many squares as black's knight on a5 controls. More importantly, black's knight doesn't have any safe squares, so white can attack this poorly placed piece with b4. If black does nothing, white will simply win a piece. So after knight c4, black's knight has already moved 3 times, and white can now develop a piece and win the knight with bishop takes c4. Black is in serious trouble, but should at least try to prevent white's central pawns from advancing with e6. Instead, black plays knight f6. Knights love to be close to the center of the board, but you have to prevent enemy pawns from attacking them. Since black has not controlled the center with pawns, how can white gain space and attack black's knight? That's right, once again by advancing a center pawn with e5. Black should once again retreat the knight, admitting another mistake, but decides to lunge forward with knight g4. Notice most of black's escape squares are controlled by pawns. Even black's pawn on h6 prevents a potential knight retreat. How can white win more material? If you found h3, nice work. If black takes the e5 pawn, white simply captures it with the knight on f3. If black plays knight takes f2, at least grabbing a pawn before losing the knight, white should not be afraid to move the king. Let's win material with king takes f2. By controlling the center with pawns and actively developing pieces toward the center, white took advantage of black's careless play and is simply up 2 pieces with an excellent position. Now it's time to practice taking over the center in the challenges.
Ya, terima kasih atas tutorialnya. Saya sangat mengerti sekali. Salah. Baik lagi. Win material. Two center square. Let's find a strong knight. Move which develop a piece. The square that control to say. Oh. How can we gain space and safely attack black knight? Okay, how can white attack this knight and win material? What I should to do? Taluk. Oh iya, black. Before is the move. It. How can you prevent black threat and safely attack knight at the same time? Okay. Do you notice this snake doesn't have any safe square? Iya kah? Oh iya. Oh iya. Oh iya. Mana cara kita menanginnya? With a strong capture. Bentar. Kok gue pusing ya? Makan. Pusing gue. Can you find a way to trap Black Knight? Okay. Let's capture a piece. Nggak bisa mundur ya. Ini masih ini ya. Oh ya udah, let's go play. Penasaran gua. Indonesia play komputer dulu ya lah. Santai. Chess computer. Yeah. Adaptif dulu ya lah. Oh, botnya ada banyak ya, buset. Gila loh. Personalities. What the fuck? Aktif aja dulu. Ini apaan sih? Maksudnya apa? Random aja nggak apa-apa. Trihing nggak usahin lah. Udah ini aja. Udah ya, boleh ya. Ini apaan sih? Oh, oke. Oke, gue udah bisa mulai ya. Balik lagi cuy. Oke, oh berarti dia nggak bakal castling ya. Makan lo. Oh dia maju dong. majuin aja santuy. Aduh, salah dong gua. Iya juga ya. Iya juga ya. Ya berarti ini jangan digerakin. Shit. It's a dumb move, but I try to. Hampir aja gua maju ya. Kayaknya gue salah gerak deh. Gue kayak yang terlalu maju gitu gak sih? Yang ini atau ini gerak ya? Ini aja deh. Shit. Dia ngasih space sana ya? Oke. Kayaknya gue bakal ngeluarin gue. Let's go. Dia nggak berani. Ntar gue bisa di-end passing ya. Shit. Dimakan. Aman. Nggak bisa ya. Aduh, goblok. Oh, bisa. Ini loh. Terlalu barbar emang si pound gua nih ya. Bentar limiting. kalau gue makan, ntar dimakan. It's a wrong move though. Misalkan gue pindahin ini, ntar ini makan. Berarti ini sama ini tuh udah connect. Gak bisa diganggu gugat. Gue makan ini. Setelah gue makan. Wah, dia ada 2 pound ya. Wah, anjing. Ayo lo. Got you, baby. Aduh, kemakan ya. Kan sama rock. Yang paling aman. Oke. Oh, tadi skak ya. Oke. Berani-beraninya kamu. Bentar dulu. Iya juga. Bentar dulu. Gue harus main ini dulu nih. Lah, gue nggak bisa pindahin ke sini. Hah? Oh, skakmat. Anjir, dia juga cuy. Aduh. Oh, bisa. Bisa. La. Gimana nih, gue nggak notice ini ada jalan dong. Iya, ini kan bisa ya. Enggak. Aduh, udah dong, mati dong gua. Mati nggak sih gua? Ini gua nggak bakal bisa makan dia. Oh, gua tinggal pindahin aja. Kalau gue pindahin sini aman. Bentar. Selama dia nggak macam-macam sih, it's okay. Gue mau mainin ini dulu cuy. Aduh. Bisa. Makan. Aduh, anjing. Gua makan. Pintar lagi setan. Aduh, gue yang salah ya. wrong move. Kok jadi gue yang salah ya? Oh. Skak. Hayo lo. Aduh, dia kabur. Hayo lo. Menang gua. Yes. 6 blunder. 4 mistake. Lah, lagi. Oke lah. Kita coba lawan orang asli kali ya. Bentar dulu. Gimana sih caranya? Play online. Similar skill. Kok 10 minutes sih? Maksudnya apa? 10 menit. Sing lamanya nggak apa-apa cuy. 10 menit tuh lama nggak sih? 10 menit aja lah, cobain lah. I agree. Sama siapa nih? Anjing. Setan. Kok ngeri ya? Kok ngeri ya? Stupid. Iya dong, bisa dong. Gue nggak notice anjir. Nggak apa-apa. Masih bisa. Aduh, kuda gue kemakan dong. Iya kan? Oh, untung dia pindahin. Gue harus jaga. Udah kan? Lah, kok gue nggak bisa pindahin kuda gue? Oh, ntar skak ya. Ih, geblek. Lah, kepencet cuy. Kepencet. Bodoh kali aku. Sabar dong. Sabar. Gue bingung. Asik banget. Pinter. Pinter ya kamu ya. Pinter kamu. Ayo. Lama nih. Mikir ya. Oke, dia milih itu. Mau apa? Hah? Mau apa? Kamu saya makan. Aduh anjing. Dia itu main di item ya. Kayaknya gue yang main defensif ini. Kalau gue majuin, gue bunuh diri dong. Bentar, sebentar. Salah. Wah, dia castling. Lah, gue gak bisa castling. Lah, gue kira gue bisa castling. Dia bilang ini bisa maju ini ke bawah ini. Gua kalah dong. Gue kira gue bisa castling. Gue kalah. Gua kalah ya. Enggak, anjing masih bisa gua majuin. Ntar ya. Sebentar. Sebentar. Ini gue kena sekak mulu, setan. Fuck. Gua sekak ya. Sekak. Dia mau ngincer apaan nih? Dia mau ngekill kuda gua. Hah? Kenapa kok? Bentar. Skak gue ya. Kalau gue pindahin di sini, gue dimakan sama apa? Oh, kuda. Dipindahin ke sini, dimakan sama ini. Dipindahin ke sini, makan sama kuda. Bener, bagus. Enggak jadi. Ini apaan sih? Set, lawan manusia bener susah amat ya. Selalu saja kuda yang keluar. Kita owning dulu. Haruskah saya makan? Makan aja lah. Oke. Keluarkan kuda. Aduh, dia udah kebuka ya, gue belum anjing. Gue dimakan deh. Goblok dulu aja deh. It's okay. Itu dia mau ngapain? Damn it. Dia yang lebih untung dong. mendingan gue cabut deh. Oh, kalau gue cabut nah ya juga ya. Enggak dong, aman dong. Gua aman. Aduh, gua gak notice dong. Kuda liar mau kemana tuh kuda liar? Apa aja sih? Gue dipaksa pindah lane ke gue castling bisa nih. Gak bisa kalau lagi checkmate ya. Daripada ini yang gue pindahin ke putih dan ini yang gue pindahin, saya tidak bego. Your turn. Aduh, itu gue dimakan ya. Gila, gue bingung sih jujur aja. Ya castling. Aduh, skakmat lagi sih ya. Ini mau ngapain dia? Lu mendingan cabut dah bro. Wah. Lu mendingan cabut. Udah lu yang ini mendingan lu cabut dah. Bener aja cabut. Aduh. Waduh bego. Enggak bego. Enggak. Gue aja bingung anjir. Ini main apa? Dua-duanya bingung nih. Tapi lama mikirnya masih lamaan gue cuy. Oke. Nice move. Nicely move. Gue bisa aja kalah nih. Gue bisa aja kalah posisi kayak gini. Gue mau pindahin king gue. Entah kenapa gue punya feeling aja tadi. Shit. Shit. Gua harus perkuat. Aduh, gua bisa. Gua bisa nih. Kalau gue ini maju ke sini, ke sini dimakan. Aduh, waktu gue mau habis 4 menit, dia masih 6 menit. Damn boy. Gue sampai makan itu. Jelas gue mesti. Aduh anjing. Kuat bener kuda ini nih. Kuda ini jadi masalah nih. Wah. Kuat banget. Kalian skak ya. Skak. 3 menit lagi gue. Jujur gue mau ngebunuh ini susah banget. Makan. Tak kenapa tapi feeling gue mendingan majuin itu deh. Bego. Aduh, gimana dong? Waduh. Waduh. Apa yang dia pilih? Ya, masa gue kalah lagi sih? It's pretty simple though. Wah, bahaya. Oke, gue kalah. Gue kalah. Bacot Google. Holy shit. Gila. Ngeri loh. Aku tidak terpancing. Aduh, dia bakal jadi ratu lagi ya. Ah, sial. Aduh, dalam waktu dekat gue meninggal nih. Gila, waktu gue 30 detik doang. Bodoh amat gue. Kan dia mau jadi ratu kan. Ini sebenarnya aman. Kayaknya. Gak boleh lu jadi ratu, gak boleh. Gue harus main cepet 30 detik doang loh. Gue harus take a chance ini. Makan sama kuda nih gue. Dimakan sama kuda nih gue. Aduh, gabut banget, gabut. Politik doang nih. Bodoh amat. Makan dah. Beli gue. Gue harus main cepet ini, gimana 12 detik. Lama bet gue mikir. Aduh. Fuck. 7 detik doang. Lah, gue gak bisa makan. Yah, gue kalah anjing, habis waktu dong. Ih, gila, susah banget loh. Sumpah dah. Gue mendingan tambahin deh itunya. New game 30 menit anjir. Play, udah amat. Let's go. Jam 2. Salah. Mereka itu awal-awal selalu ngeluarin kuda dulu ya. Bantuan apa dah? Tuh kan? Selalu saja kuda gitu. Gue ikutin pergerakan lu. Aman. Shit. Saya. Hehehe. God damn it. Aduh, salah gua. Gue mikir apa sih? Sumpah gue blunder banget. Dia nggak pernah kalah loh. Lossnya 0 loh. Winnya 134 loh. Apa-apaan nih? Gue dimakan dong. Sial. Simple move. Ya sama, gue juga mau maju gitu. Kayak mirror anjir, cara mainnya jelek. No, jangan ikutin kalau ini, gue yang rugi. Nah ini gue nggak rugi. Aduh, kayak gini banget ya. Kayak gini banget ya. Kalau gue biarin si Ratu yang kesini, biarin aja sih. Gabut aja gue. Tapi gabutnya tuh nggak ada akhlak anjir. Buset. Kok gue kayak keperangkap gini sih? Gue gak curiga loh, dia lossnya 0 loh, bisa-bisanya loh, dia nggak pernah kalah tuh gimana cuy? Gak paham gue. Ini 134 loh, dia udah banyak matchnya. Mending kalau misalkan lossnya 0 tapi ya matchnya baru 5, baru 4, enak lah. Let's play with kuda dulu. Ya mau ngapain? Ntar pawnnya jadi ratu ya. Shit lah. Parah cuy. Aduh anjir. Mana nih? Gimana nih? Babi. Aduh, gue salah skakmat lagi dong gue. Wah, kalah gue. Kalau di samping gerakin ke sini gue kalah. Demi apapun. Kok dia? Oh enggak deh. Enggak juga sih. Heboh bet gue. Sekarang dia yang lebih kecil. Ini putih. Anak anjing. Ngadi-ngadi aja gue. Apakah ini wrong move? Kadang apa yang turn gue itu nggak berbobot gitu anjir, kayak ngasal bet gue. What the hell are you trying to? Tempih. I don't know man, I don't know. Oke, gue dapet. Dia mau ngapain? Anjir. Ya juga ya. Bego bet gua. Should I? Aduh, kuda gua terperangkap lagi. Bangke bet kuda gua. Gabut aja kali ya. Kesiniin. Gabut. Aduh, anjir. Sekak lagi. Not good. It's not good. Si kambing ini kanan kiri kena. Sana ntar dimakan. The hell are you trying to? Aduh, dimakan sama Ruk gua. Dimakan dong sama Ruk. Aduh, bego kali gua. Sedih gua itu. Aduh. Itu frontline gua dong. Ya gimana dong udah gini. Mana udah gini? Sekak lagi gue. Shit. Tidak. Trying to protect. Kuda, lindungi aku. Gue makan aja kali ya. Gue makan aman sih. Gue nggak bisa ngapa-ngapain ini selain gerakin si raja gue demi apapun. Gue nggak bisa ngegerakin apa-apa lagi. Pohon gue di stuck ya kan? Pohon gue stuck. Misalkan dia maju ini, dia yang ada bunuh diri. Sama-sama bingung. Let's go rame nih. Aduh, dia pinter anjing. Pikir aku bodoh. Socks ya. Salah gua. Salah gue. Untung dia yang majuin itu ya. Aduh, dia mau makan pak gua lagi. Aduh, pinter banget. Terjebak gua. Nggak bisa kemana-mana. Gini-gini aja terus. Just end the game bro, please, just end the game. Ini mah tinggal nunggu waktu aja gue kalah demi apapun. Nih maju nih, dan maju lagi nih. Sampai jadi ratu. Terus. Aduh anjing. Meninggal dah gue. Just end the game bro. Just end game. Fuck. Just end the game. Main game apa ini anjing? Nggak ada pilihan. Semuanya mendekat. Satu lagi ratu. Satu lagi. Aduh. 4 miss win. Hah? Miss win? Miss win buat musuh atau gimana maksudnya? Oh. Momen ya, grafiknya lihat cet. Sampai ujung-ujungnya putih yang sampai sini. Oke, di sini putih berdominan. Gue udah mulai bego-bego di sini. Udah 5 watt otak gue. Wah. Wah, di sini udah mulai kepung nih. Ini pakai yang 10 menit juga jadi sih ini, nggak perlu 30 menit ya. Orang ini aja udah mau end game, ini masih 22 menit cuy. Nah udah, di sini mulai lawak nih. Goblok balik aja ya kan. Sampai dia berubah jadi ratu lah pokoknya. Dia buka jalan. Sekarang ini ke bawah. Lihat gue sini gulak balik aja terus. Gue hanya menunda kekalahan cuy. Udah di sini gue sekat. GG. Miss Win tuh Tersekap, tersekap. Ini udah ada jalan ya. Tuh, dia masih dipaksa, bukannya ini, harusnya ini yang jalan gitu. Ya mohon maaf aja lah, mistake. Emang gue blok gue yang mohon maaf aja nih. Iya. Aduh, geblek juga gue. Yang jauh-jauh gini nih, yang suka nggak ke expect sama gue sama sekali loh. Yang ada gue mati dong. Oke lah. Sini apa? Akurasi 22. Blunder gue 11. Kalau misalnya gue kesini, kan gue dimakan sama ini ntar. Ya kan? Gue dimakan ntar. Ini mau musuh bukan gue. Aduh, gue iya juga, bener. Ini mah fix gue yang bego. udah gue emang gak bakat catur dah, udah. Sumpah anjir, lawak nih game, lawak. Salah nggak gue? Sudah, thank you udah menonton. Gue mau stream. Supaya gue capek banget, gue pingin bikin nasi goreng anjir atau apa deh. Gue tutup ya, thank you, bye bye, good night.